You will know me as Skull the Norn.
So Ken brought up a really interesting point earlier, which was leveling up and, always having something new that can, we can talk about the afterlife mechanics. Death. Yeah. This is something that's a little bit different than your typical RPG. Normally, you've got a character level. In Fate of the Norns, you've got two types of levels. There's a character level and there's a player level. Everyone starts at player level 0. And like any good self-respecting Viking, you want to live an epic life. You want the gods and giants to take notice of you. And then when you die, because the world is freaking dangerous, you will die. You want the Valkyries to come down, pick you up, and bring you up to one of the heavens. So you've got, Valhalla, Folkvangard, Glisisvalir, Rand's Underwater Hall. There's many options.
Valhalla's the best.
Says you. When you die, what you're going to do is you're going to take your bag of runes, and if you died in battle, you get to draw. Go ahead. When you die, you get to draw 1 rune. Because you died in battle. I hope you died in battle. If you didn't die in battle, bow your head in shame. Next.
Of old age.
I got smallpox.
Murdered in bed.
Yeah.
No, like a really sad story.
Got the gout.
Sigurd, one of the most amazing heroes in the world. He beats Fafnir, the dragon. He gets murdered in bed. Where does he end up? Niflheim. Sucks.
That's not his fault.
He didn't draw the right runes.
Excellent. So, if we're going to illustrate afterlife mechanics, you just died. In combat, you get to draw a rune.
Okay.
You draw a rune at random from the bag.
Oh.
Now, Lennard, where's Warband? Do we bury him with an honorable burial? We get an angel of death.
Well, how did you die?
Him? How did you die?
I died saving the team. I jumped in, speared his eye, threw my other spear into his other eye, and it missed, and I died.
That sounds pretty epic. Alright, so we spring for a good burial. We leave our most valued possession at his burial.
Yeah.
You get to draw another rune. Excellent.
This is the bag.
Alright, so now Ken sits quietly while the rest of the warband...
I can't use this.
Yeah, you can't.
That was a flavor. Sorry, guys.
The rest of the warband sits around the table and we recount of his epic deeds. Like, remember the time Ken jumped on the polar bear and ran it through the army of skeletons? That was pretty epic. So you get to draw another rune if the GM thinks that it was epic.
Which they did.
Let's think of an example of maybe something that you've done that wasn't so awesome and epic.
I'm an awesome guy.
Like, what about that time you stole that super awesome special
You're not
sacred
supposed to tell them
sword
about that.
from the big boss?
What boss?
That we could. The whole group has been spending weeks trying to fight this badass warrior with this crazy cool sword. And the moment he
It was
died,
a sorceress, I mean.
and the moment he died, you stole it and ran off with it from the party.
The afterlife is sacred to the Vikings. You would rather meet your enemy on Vigrid, the final battle, than dishonor their afterlife by stealing from their burial, where, everything that would be buried with them or cremated with them would go up into the heavens.
Does that mean I lose it?
Yes, you actually have to put one of those runes back, because the Norn took a note while Ken was playing when he looted that big boss. Now it counts against him.
Okay.
So now, let's say we've recounted all his epic deeds. We've subtracted every time he's desecrated the dead. He's down a couple of runes in his rune chain. Now the GM, or the Norn, would go in and pick a rune.
From a different bag.
Rune, exactly, from a different bag, because we're looking for a match.
Or else these wouldn't be in the bag and I would never go to afterlife.
He probably won't anyway.
If there's a match between the GM's rune and any one of his runes, he hears the Valkyrie songs, they descend, they pick you up, and they bring you up to one of the heavens. And so now you, as a player, level up.
Ding.
Now what does he get for that?
Well, the first time he gets Disir, he now has access to some of the more powerful abilities available to his class, which are symbolized by the outer ring of effects.
It's a little darker in case you didn't know.
From his character sheet, which also gives him the ability to now multi-class.
Yeah.
So multi-class does exist in Fate of the Norns, but it's not given to you right out the bat. And your first character shouldn't live so long anyways.
You need to earn it through blood.
You wanna go do awesome stuff.
So go fight.
Don't don't play the cowardly route. If you think, well, I shouldn't do that, I might die, then you're playing the wrong game. If you think I should do that, I'll probably die, but it's awesome.
This is a game for
That's
you.
what we're looking for.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've played RPGs again for 30 years. I never, ever remember the safe player. When my buddies and I get together, we talk about the good old days of, campaigning the 80s, 90s. We remember the crazy players. When these guys were still in diapers.
I was born.
So, this system is built for epic play. You want to be able to create these amazing memories that you'll cherish for like 20, 30 years.
And you're not punished necessarily for playing,
which is great in this
courageously.
game. That's why it's a key factor in this game. When you die, it's like, well, you're rewarded for doing something crazy.
It takes the edge off death. Like a lot of the times when someone died, it was just like complete dejection. Here, someone dies, all of a sudden everyone perks up.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this funeral
it's fun
going.
Too. It's not like RPG, like you're dead. Okay, I'm making.
You gotta turn it into a fun event,
Yeah.
and it keeps going. So the first time you get multi-class, eventually you start unlocking things like having a troll-blooded character. Then you start unlocking some of the more the prestige classes which are available, which are things that are that show up in, for example, Lord of the Ash. You start getting being able to play more complex characters that have weirder, harder mechanics to master, but to give you a lot more depth to them. So things like Orlogs, which are way more complex.
Angels of Death.
And Angels of Death. Eventually, you can even play super weird
At Disser
characters.
5, you can actually go back and grab one of your old characters that went up to, let's say, Valhalla, retool them, and they come back to the land of the living as an Einherjar.
Oh.
So you get to play as your immortalized first character
That's
from way
crazy.
back when.
And that's cool. That's amazing.
So we've all been playing for a while, and we've all accumulated several levels of Disir, and it's really fun to go back through all my old notebooks from a couple years ago and say, oh yeah, I remember this idiot. Let's do it. Let's go bring back one of my old Ulfenars from when the core rulebook had first come out, and now I get to play him with the new rules that are going to be coming out with Lords of the Ash, and bring him back as an Einherjar, ready to just smash faces all over again and hopefully die in another for Odin in some epic awesome quest.
Yeah.
So it keeps going, and the idea being that as you level up as a player, you're going to have access to more complicated classes. So your learning curve doesn't just end after you've mastered the basics. That's why you're going to want to keep fighting for Disir levels in order to have access to the more complex areas. Eventually, you get to even play things like missionaries, which are very difficult to roleplay properly in a campaign of Vikings.
But that's for another video. We don't want to spoil you guys because there's a lot of new stuff coming out, and we want to show you some more videos about all these new classes, especially the missionary, which we've talked about in other videos. But
thanks for keeping us in check.
It's been
waiting. It's gonna be really.
Been waiting since 2012.
Excited.
Don't worry, some of these characters are really, really excited. So that's gonna be for another video. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Leave us a thumbs up and let us know in the comment down below. Subscribe too. Listen to the Bearded Man. I got none, but listen to this Bearded Man and let us know down below what you guys think about this Runic system. How do you feel about them compared to these D20 systems? Do you think it's better? Do you think it's worse? Let us know down in the comment down below. That'd be really, really good. And hopefully you guys will enjoy our future content.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Skål!
Skål!